Welcome back to LDNONT TV here on Rogers TV. Been chatting about the Essence and Culture Awards, which, you know, first time I got to go, like, it was the first event. It was during COVID, so it was wild, right, being there because you weren't really being able to go anywhere, and to actually, it was overwhelming. Like, so impressed with not just the event, but just the talent. And so had to do another show when it's all over, find out about some of the winners. And so here we have one of the winners, King DEO.
Yes, thank you for
Your
having me.
category that you won in is Hip Hop R&B Artiste of the Year. Beautiful award that you received on the evening.
Thank
so
you.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking the time to come visit with us today.
I appreciate you.
Okay, so talk to me, first of all, for our viewers who have, this is the first time we're introducing you to them. Talk to me about your art.
So my art, so I mainly do hip hop and R&B, but a lot of the, I'm a versatile artist, so I delve into a whole lot of different artistic genres as well. So I don't like to put myself in a box, so I don't really call, a lot of people like to say I'm like a rapper, but I think I'm more of like a musician, you know? So that's more of like my lane. But mainly me, like growing up, my father was a pastor, so I grew up around gospel music mainly. So it's always crazy to see, like, from gospel, how big, like, that love for the gospel music just opened up a whole new world for me of music. That's where my love for music first ever started. So for people who don't really know me, like, if I had to explain myself, like, I'm a Christian, I love music, I love art, I love learning new things. I'm somebody who always is trying to grow. I never want to be stagnant. I never want to be in the same spot. So every single time, like, if I meet new artists, if I meet new people, I always like to network. I'm somebody who you always see, like, chatting. I can just talk, you know, because I love just interacting with people always.
Making my life easier.
Come on, you already know. That's the
Right?
point. That's the plan. So definitely, like, even with my music and throughout just even doing like that type of stuff, like, I just love it. So I'm very caring, very passionate about what I do as well, too, at the end of the day. So when it comes to music and doing all this, like, even this experience right here alone, like this, like, it still is mind blowing that I'm doing, like, I can do this and that I've brought myself to this point. But at the same time, it's like, it's like not a surprise at least.
How long have you been making music?
So I started writing music in 2016, but I didn't start recording music until about 2019, 2020, like taking it very, very seriously. That was the first, like, leap.
Okay, and so for people who want to find out, like, where can we find your music?
So my music is on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. I go under the name as King DEO. And if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, KingDEO_1. So all my music is posted there. You can find, I drop music as well too, like every 3 weeks, about once a month at least. So I'm always pushing new music out, so you can always catch it there.
And live performances?
Yes, live performance is always happening. I do work with the London Arts Live as well too.
Oh, awesome.
So we always have shows that pop up and always happen throughout the city. So you guys come out, you guys can catch me out at one of those for sure.
All right, so just to kind of dial it back to the awards. So the nomination process, when did you find out that I guess community of your peers have nominated you for this award?
So the first time that I had heard about it was through, so the person I work with through the London Arts Live is Jammin. And Jammin had told me about them. He's like, yo, DEO, these award shows is coming up. The Essence and Culture Awards are coming up. And I had already heard about them their first year, but I went to the very first Essence and Culture Awards. And that one was like, it was very different from what it was this year. This year was like, you know, it was a whole, like, production, everything was done, like, incredibly well. But the first year was also done incredibly well. And then I didn't go to the year before that. So this year when Jammin brought it up, I was like, okay, yeah. I thought he was bringing it up as, like, you know, you should probably go, you should just, like, attend it. And then he's like, oh, like, it would be crazy if you got nominated for it. And I was like, yeah, it would be. But then when it wasn't until, like, I think after having that conversation, it was probably like 2 months went by. So it had left my mind. And I got a message one morning, and it was from Jammin. And he's like, yo, King, check your email. What is it? I think there's a surprise for you in there.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what is he talking about? So I open my email and I start looking through, and I couldn't see anything at first. So I'm like, I message him, I'm like, I don't see anything. He's like, give it a second then. And then I think like a couple hours later, I checked it just to like check, and there it was. It said, you have been nominated. And I was like, I clicked it, and then it said, you have been nominated by the Essence and Culture Awards for Best Hip Hop. In my mind, like, Oh my goodness! Like I just blew. I called Jam and I was calling everybody. Like I was like, "Yo, I just got nominated for an award. I just got nominated for an award." It was a great day that day. Yeah.
And then fast forward to February, the day of the.
Yes.
So you don't find out.
No, I don't find out anything. I don't even like since the day we got nominated. Like I didn't hear anything. So all I know was here's the date for the show. Here's the link where people can go vote. Let your people know, and just like let it do its thing. So I was like, okay, cool. So I started sharing it with a couple of people, like, yo, letting people know about it. And I think I probably shared it for about like 2 weeks or so, just like letting people know about the word and everything like that. And the feedback was good. I was hearing some people saying, yeah, we'll do it. But I didn't really think, like, I was looking at the list of names and there's some heavy hitters from London. Like, London talent is amazing.
Yes.
So I was looking at the list and I was like, oh my goodness. There's a lot of artists that this award could go to anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that night of the awards, I was like, to be honest, there was actually speculation if I was gonna go, because I was like, should I go? Maybe I don't want to go. I don't want to invite people and then not win. And then Sam was like, no, like you have to go. Like this is your night. You don't know what could happen. So I'm like, okay, let me go. So I got ready. I went to the show, and I saw Jamin at the show. And once we got to the show, he was just like, oh, let me take you to the back, meet all the nominees. And I was just like meeting and shaking everybody's hands. And like everybody I met, they were like, oh yeah, we've heard so much about you. We've heard so much about you already. And I was like, what have you guys heard about me already? But I went into the award shows not having any expectations. My number one goal was like, let me network with as many artists as I can. Let me show my face, you know what I'm saying? Just have a good time all around, And then the moment came, and it was so crazy because like they were announcing a couple of awards right before that, right? So they would announce the award, people would go up on stage, and then when it came to the hip hop and R&B award, the whole room went quiet and everybody started stomping their feet, and so in my head I'm like, what is going on? Like, and then they're like, and the winner of best hip hop and R&B artist of the year goes to King DEO. And I was recording, and when they had said that, I went, oh. In the video, just hear me go, oh, and I dropped my phone. Like, my heart, like, I was like, no, wait, did I hear that right? And everyone around me is like, yeah. Everyone's cheering, and everyone's like, I'm like, oh my goodness. So I walk up to the front, and as I was walking closer, I'm seeing like everybody around me just like staring, and I was like, yeah, that was like the best feeling, I think, just like walking up there. And then once I got the award actually in my hand, I was like, oh my goodness. Like my speech, even at the ending of my speech, I try to keep like composure throughout the whole thing, and at the end I was like, I won. Like,
well, that is fantastic. Yeah. So definitely this award meant a lot to you.
Oh yeah.
So for our viewers and people, music lovers who would like to find out more, so we're putting our links up to all of different places that we can find out, listen to your music.
Yes,
hopefully we'll see you around all over London this summer, London Art Council as well. Yes. Thank you so much. We're going to have to take another break because we've got another award winner coming up.
Yes, yes.
So please stay with us for more LDN ONT TV.